is the Sith Sense. Should we sing it for you? I think we have to compose a music very soon. Music or song? How do we call it? Is it music or song? Because we have a music director here. Nadia Olene will definitely compose a song for us.
Really?
Oh yes, hi darling.
Did you do this?
But you are a music director, aren't you?
We're proud of you.
We are proud of you.
How many people can say that they're music directors?
I know a music director. I never knew I knew a music director.
Hey.
Like, I've been sitting with a music director all this while.
And do you know what the initials are? MD.
Charlie,
MD.
Managing Director, music
I'm in a
director.
hot seat today.
We welcome you. My name is Rosalind Fairley. I don't do this alone, of course. You know the beautiful Arabica is here. And of course, our music director, Nadia Olene.
So guess what? It's actually switched from Osofumami to music director. Can you imagine?
We like that one better, right, Araba?
Exactly.
Our guest for today is also a musician. You should hear her speak. You should hear her sing. Salati to the brown.
Thank you for having me.
And we have the naughty Rosalind Fairley.
Hello. Yo, I'm here. Okay, I've been introduced, right? Guess what? We can't do this without, of course, our studio audience. So today we are bringing relationship conversations your way. But this show is proudly sponsored by Onga.
Onga, mom is helping hand. So hey, good food actually brings good memories. That is why taste matters, and Onga is the taste master. As taste masters, we give every meal that superior taste. A wide range of Onga flavors actually assures you of superior taste and irresistible aroma. You should clap for that one. Hey, they are proud sponsors. And why don't you get your Onga powders? There's 2-3 mix, which is a combination of ginger, onions, and garlic, and our classic and chicken. Oh yes, for the Onga tablet, we have the shrimp, the chicken, the beef, and stew. Now we have flavors for every meal, actually. Your soup, your stew, your, what else? Steaming, no, everything. Now this is just what we actually need for an Ongalicious meal. And by the way, Ongalicious is the new delicious. Onga, mom is helping her.
We're so in a hurry to do
that. All right, so let's give that a shot. You couldn't wait. So, Onga.
You're so excited.
Mom is helping hand. So let's go. Thank you, Onga.
My dear, why?
Am I not entitled to my ilele?
It's coming across as if she's got you on the spot.
Can Onga actually give Araba some brand numbers and a deal already?
So anxious to say
like we said earlier, we are coming your way with relationship conversations today. Now we are talking about casual relationship. What is to blame? It's been something else in recent times. You know, everybody's having a casual relationship. We'll talk about that. My studio audience said, yeah. Okay, is that something that they know that we don't know? Not just that. Now we'll also be talking about till death do us part. Reality or facade? Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll delve into our topics. Do stay.
Hello and welcome back to Sixth Sense. Let's delve straight into our first topic, and it's about casual relationships. We're told that it's on the rise. But first of all, what is a casual relationship? We're going to be asking our guest here what a casual relationship is. But the reason that we're discussing this is because it's on the rise. A lot of people are resorting to casual relationships. So what's the impact of this really? I mean, who cares if there's a lot of casual relationships? What's the impact generally? So we're going to be discussing that. So like I said, we'll start off by defining what a casual relationship is. And I actually Googled what a casual relationship is. And this is what the dictionary says when it comes to casual relationship. So a casual relationship or casual dating is a physical and emotional relationship between two people who may have casual sex or near sexual relationship without necessarily demanding or expecting the additional commitments of a more formal relationship like marriage, you know, whether it's traditional or white wedding. So that's what it is. So it's like, you know, the benefits of being in a formal relationship,
Like the way we put it,
friends
with
with
no
benefits.
strings attached.
Friends
Nah,
with
yeah.
benefits.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. yeah.
Exactly. And a typical example I've heard in recent times is young men who are seeing marriages break down and they're not too keen on getting married. And so what they do is they find a woman who can bear a child for them. And so it's like, yeah, I have a child. I don't need to get married, you know. I don't need the, you know, the how do you call it, the strains that come with a formal relationship. But I mean, what's that doing to our society? A society is built on family, you know, and we've known from the onset that a family is a man and a woman married formally, you know, and raising children. So ladies, what's your take on this? Let me start with music director extraordinaire.
Today she'll sing for us. You know, Selassie's going to sing and Na is also going to sing. Yeah.
Can't wait. I can't wait. So now, what do
I've
you
lost
think
what I wanted to say. Why?
Don't lose it, bring it back.
about casual relationships and why people are
Okay,
doing
so
it now?
I think that with this topic, I would put the married men in the box now. If you ask me, I think married men are really doing this a lot.
Really?
That's
Some might
that's
disagree and say
some married men. Let me just say some married men, because if there are no strings attached, because one, the lady he's going out with he will just give stuff to the woman. I'll provide
it's
for
different,
you.
you know. There are married men who are doing side chicks already.
Oh, I'll get there.
And then
I'll get there. So there are the married men, and then there are the unmarried men who wouldn't want to get married because of what things they are seeing in the marriage.
Okay.
You understand? So for the married men, he's already married. He doesn't have to ask for more, but the person is going to take care of you, and the lady is just going to benefit from it.
Is
So
that a
I don't
casual
demand. Come again?
Is that a casual relationship?
that's
So I
why
don't demand. I don't
wanted
demand
to.
anything from you.
A married man dates a single girl and she doesn't demand?
No, I'm saying that
The guy doesn't demand anything from the girl?
except sex. So you
But
just
it's some kind of demand.
actually.
Sex is.
Actually, sex is demand, but aside that, the lady benefits more. Is that not it?
But that's also, yeah, that can be
That's my
considered a
opinion.
casual
What are you
relationship
doing?
because,
This or
you
that?
know,
It's my opinion.
they're both, they
your
both
opinion, I'm
have
just trying to
demands.
think about it.
They have
Okay,
different
okay, okay.
demands,
I'm
but
trying
they
to
both have
digest
demands.
it.
But I mean, in this case, what's a casual relationship? Like,
It-
like per the
Per
definition,
the definition,
it is being in a relationship but not being formally committed, right?
Yeah.
Formally committed.
There's no
like,
commitment.
There's no real
You can't
commitment
demand
like
anything
a
from
man
I
and
am
a wife.
thinking that if this is anything we have to go by, then it means that it's two single persons coming together and not necessarily being exclusive with each other. If we're talking about married men doing that, then it's a whole topic for another
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So I think that we should circle
with
in
single
on,
girls.
yes. So we should circle in on why single guys and single ladies are not trying to commit to each other
Is
in
that what we're
being a
trying to look
formal,
at?
exclusive
No, we're looking
relationship.
Is that what we're
casual
trying to look at?
relationships, and that could include a married
Because
person
we've
and
had
non
an age-long thing that's
Both married and unmarried.
side piece.
Can include.
It's an age-long thing,
Yeah.
and it doesn't necessarily form a casual relationship. That's in my view.
Rosalind has
per
another
the,
thought.
per
I
the
think.
definition, it says you are in a relationship, but it is not formalized.
Okay,
You're
so-
not in a
so-
committed
so you
formal
see,
relationship.
when it comes to the whole somebody's married and dating thing, I know married men who date women and it's serious. They date them and it's serious.
Would you call that casual?
It's not casual.
That is not casual.
It's not
There's some
casual.
kind of form of commitment to
most
it.
married men who date, you know, these single girls actually pin them down. you can't even date anybody else because they feel they are taking care of you.
Really?
Exactly.
Yes, it's not casual. Casual is more of, I know you,
Like friends with benefits
friends with
thing.
benefit.
Yeah.
I know you have a girlfriend. I have a boyfriend. You can't pin me down. You know, I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing. If we meet, we have sex. You don't owe me anything. You don't call me to tell me I have to be here or I'm there. You don't account anything to me
There's no commitment to it.
whatsoever.
Yes.
You know, and to me that is more of casual relationship, and we are seeing the rise of that. We see more young people do this because they feel, okay, listen, my relationship is stressing me so much, and I have this friend who can give me probably good sex, and so I go have my sex and I still have my boyfriend, I have my girlfriend, and there's nothing, so you can't question me with regards to what I do. It's all about this is it, and we are
meet
done.
we do what we do, and everybody parts and go their way. So I think they have an understanding of what they're
this is what
doing.
we want to do.
Exactly. So
Both
it's-
parties have an
I think so,
understanding.
yeah, they do have an
yes.
understanding that we're doing this together. When you cannot question me on who calls me, who texts me, we're doing this. When we meet, we do what we do, and we all part our ways. So I think that married men should be a topic for another day.
Okay, so let's take the married
Men
bit
aside.
out,
Yes.
and then let's.
But my
let's
thing
stick
is,
to
I
singles.
think some married men do that too.
No, it's not that they don't do. The thing is, when you talk about
I don't know if
married
you
men,
understand where I'm coming
I
from.
get
Yes,
you.
I do.
I get you. Your point is well noted. Where you're like, okay, a married man dating a single girl means there's no commitment.
Yes.
But you see, most married men who date single girls actually don't want those single girls to go anywhere because they're taking care of them.
Exactly. They feel they are investments. Like I put money.
So that's a
into-
form of commitment.
Yes, you are my girlfriend.
You're grounded. Like you can't.
casual
even-
relationship,
I'm just
you can't-
thinking
you
that-
can't
I'm
There's
just thinking
definition.
that
It says
girlfriend.
formal commitment.
I'm just thinking that
Formalized.
because they have wives.
They have some
Formalized.
unspoken commitments to
formal.
each other,
Yes.
like married men
But is it
dating.
formalized?
It's not formalized, but
Exactly.
it's some sort of commitment they have going on.
Okay, I
And
get you though.
You cannot marginalize that commitment that's happening between them. So
Right.
maybe it's
But why
quite
is it
dicey
happening?
though.
Okay, so let's stick to singles. Why is it happening amongst many single men and women now? Why are we seeing a
I
rise
think
again?
the dynamics of society is changing, or it has changed, and we're evolving. And a lot of people think commitment is an old thing. So, I mean, if we have an understanding happening,
an
or
old thing?
Yes, it's a lot of people are thinking it's an
Commitment.
old thing. Yes. People are in marriages
don't
and
believe
they are-
in the
this-
principle
they are
of
throuple-
marriage again?
Lately, there are throuple marriages where a guy is married to 3 ladies and they're all living together. Things are really happening.
Really?
Yes, so welcome to
In
the
Ghana?
world. Yes, welcome to the world
Wow,
if
in
you have
Ghana,
been
Rose.
away.
It's happening.
Wow.
They are
That's a
happening.
name for it.
Yeah,
I forgot.
throuple and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be sister something, sister wives.
Really?
Yes, so
So it's
you're-
happening in Ghana. I've watched it on television. It's a show.
It happens in Ghana. People
So it's a
marry.
reality in Ghana?
Yes, but it's for the rich.
The rich.
It's for the rich. You have to be able to take care of all 3 women.
Anyway.
You have to satisfy
Well, I
them.
mean,
You have
in
to
the-
make them happy. And some of them actually, some of the women are okay with it. They welcome the other women into their homes, especially the first wives. They live
Wait,
together.
well, these
They're
are married
happy.
people.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Married people.
single couples. Let's stick to single couples.
Oh,
since
Because you see now
say
you
they're
went
married.
to the married
no,
side.
no, no. She said something, and I was just clearing
Okay.
that
So these
side,
are things
yeah.
that they are happening.
happening,
And I
okay.
think that because of the dynamics of society
Yeah.
that has changed, people want to really do their own thing and not necessarily want to be with somebody exclusively.
Okay.
And I think that financial burdens in this side of town
Okay.
where employment has become somewhat a very hard thing to come by lately, a lot of girls get into these kind of relaxed relationships just so they
Okay.
can get by
Okay.
and get something to feed on.
Wow.
And
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I'm shocked, and to say the least.
Same here.
But I mean, someone would say that perhaps younger people are looking at examples of marriages breaking down, and they feel like, if that is what I'm facing, then I don't want to go into it. I might as well just stick with what is safe, right?
yes.
Is that why they are
I think
doing more of
too.
that?
I think that too, because outside of town, we don't encourage people to seek counseling, like go to see a shrink when you're having issues in your marriage. So we resort to sometimes being violent with our partners, and we forget that we are nurturing children. We're raising a generation that will come to take after us, and we leave these children with these things that they see. So that's the idea they have in their at the back of their minds, that we're growing up doing this. That it becomes the norm for them. So rather than getting into that kind of norm, they'll choose to, like you said, be in a safe place.
I know marriage is breaking down. That's a whole other issue that we can deal with
Later.
in another conversation. But it's linked to this. If people are demoralized because they are seeing marriages break down and they don't want to go there, really, that is the problem, isn't it? The breakdown of marriages. But then why are marriages breaking down?
It's part of the problem. Marriages are breaking down because now you have women who are able to stand on their feet and you call it a no-nonsense kind of generation.
Okay.
You know, back in the day, we had our mothers who will take in anything. The men go out there to do everything. They'll come back and the woman will say, me money in tea. Right now, you have women that will leave and they can still, you know, build their own houses.
Women empowerment, they call it.
And so they are not dependent on a man. If you say, I'm out, I won't kill myself for you. So this is why we are seeing this. We have the women competing the men in our financial sector. Right now, it's not back then where your husband will have to buy you a car. You can work to buy your car. You can work to buy your house. All you need to do is tell him, listen, I have this money. I want to buy a house and rent it. We can still live in our house. So such a woman, I mean, you can't tell her to sit down for her to sit down just like that. You can tell her to sit down in a nice way. Not just anyhow. You cannot just bring in another woman thinking that she'll be able to take it in because you wake up in the morning and give her money. No, she's not taking your money. So you can't bring in another woman and tell her that I'm bringing somebody else. So you know what? As I've brought in the person, swallow it. Swallow the pain.
What are you telling me? Are you saying that so men can't take assertive women now, or women who know their rights and decide that, okay, I'm not going to be, you're not going to sit on my rights?
Women now have a voice in marriage as compared to the past.
Sure.
In the past, women were more dependent on their men. Now women are not dependent on the men financially. So if you don't bring the money, it's okay. I'm still fine. If we have, some of them are splitting bills. If you're splitting bills with a woman, of course, you don't expect what your fathers were doing in the past you to do the same thing. You can't bring in another woman. Our mothers were actually watching all of that happen, but they'll still stay. Me money tea. You understand? But right now, me makra omube didi me diomube kosko. Me money tea was because of school fees. Me money tea was not because, it was because of school fees. It was because of shelter. It was because of good living, me money tea. Now the woman leaves and she can give the child that good living.
It's true.
What's she looking for?
Wow.
You can come and kill her.
Wait, but in such relationships, if I am understanding what we are discussing, it means that there is no commitment whatsoever. I can still do what I want to do with who I want to do with. But realistically, is it happening that this man is going out with this girl and the girl can go out with other boys and do what she's so pleased? Because naturally, you know, men, let me not just say men, we are kind of jealous, human as we are. And I'm just imagining that, okay, I do everything for you and I have allowed you to do I feel that it doesn't happen that way. Like, they will still demand. I feel there's still demand, even though there is.
I don't understand.
Neither do I.
No, what I'm saying is that there shouldn't be commitment, isn't it?
Yes.
I can do what I want to do.
So you're talking, could be jealousy will be
Exactly,
plaguing the
because
thing, right?
realistically, you definitely feel some way if that woman.
No, but usually
is
don't they have an
going out.
understanding from the onset?
There
that
is
this
an
is a casual
understanding, but
relationship?
there is
We
an
both
understanding,
know.
but when you take off and you see the person going out with another person,
Anyway,
you
that's true.
definitely feel some
That's
way.
true,
I don't know if you
obviously.
girls understand.
It happens. Of
But
course.
one person would have to keep mute about whatever
Because it's an
feelings
agreement.
that you're beginning to have.
Is it that easy?
We haven't
Maybe
tried it.
would
I
not be.
haven't tried it. Don't ask me if it's
That's
that
why I
easy.
want us to be very-
Me asking
I want us
if
to be
it's that
very
easy as if I
real.
know if it's easy.
I want us to
Ask
talk
Arabella, she's the
reality.
one who is
Like,
saying
you
that.
asking me,
Why
that
shouldn't
means
I
I
ask
tried
you?
it.
She are married. Why are you asking me if it's easy?
That is what it's supposed to be, actually. But is it happening? Is it like that?
It's happening.
And
I
they
think
stay
in the
away.
end, a
Nobody
lot of-
talks about anybody's
Wait,
business.
She's asking the questions like we are supposed to know.
No, I
what's
think
happening.
it's happening. Other would, like, some ladies would like to trap him and say, I'm pregnant. Well, you're not going to get married to me, but I'm going to keep the baby. And then they try to go back. But from the onset, there's been the understanding that we're not going to be exclusive. So whatever
There's
feelings
been
you are catching,
understanding, but one day you see
just
the
throw
man.
the feeling that you are catching and
Have
throw it away somewhere. And most of these girls, they know that this is what I am looking for. Some women date men or go to these casual dates and they have a target like next week or say me to Dubai.
Wow.
She's doing it here, she's doing it over there, and she's collecting her money. And she's not a prostitute. She is. And other women would like to.
She's prostituting herself.
But it's amazing. But
what you are doing is
amazing.
Yeah,
They don't even call themselves
a prostitute by any other name is a prostitute.
So, you know, and these,
whatever name you
and
call
other
it.
people like to explore
this
their
is what they say.
sexuality.
A rose by any other name.
Don't
is a
use
rose.
don't use the word rose.
Okay, so
And
not
yeah,
a
Rose,
rose.
prostitute, yeah, Rose. That's why I'm just getting confused. I'm just trying to be real here. That's why I'm getting confused.
And I think that
we have
other
understood
people-
ourselves, no strings attached. But the man, with all those understanding, will see you with another guy and will
Because
definitely
naturally
react.
men are territorial.
This is what I'm talking about.
But
But you see, the thing is,
Not even men alone.
whether they are jealous or not is happening.
And the thing is it right?
Is it right? Let me go to my studio audience and ask them. Your opinion, studio audience?
So, with whatever is going on with the casual relationship, I've happened to be in one before.
tell us about
But
that.
We are
but
legend.
with what you were saying about the
jealousy.
and all that, the man being
Does it come?
it depends.
Okay.
If the girl takes something from the man, then the man feels like, yo, you're mine. You get
You're
it.
supposed to take.
But no. If
Give us an
she's
example.
let's say she's my friend, right? And then I was in a relationship, but I don't want to commit because of like some 1 or 2 reasons, right? I talked to her and then she's like, all right, sure, I buy the idea. So we just have sex, that's all. But if she has a man, like someone who is older than her, and then they are, I mean, in the beginning it's like casual sex, that's all. But as time goes on, she would feel like, okay, you're older than I am, so you need to take care of like my financial needs and all that. So after doing that, the man will be like, okay, you're taking this from me, so now you're mine. I don't want you to do this and that and that.
Okay.
But if it's just sex, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You get it.
Okay.
Okay, so with this, I would say a lot of people are going in for the casual dating because they don't want to be committed. Like everybody wants to move around freely. So casual, like free. We are just enjoying.
Protection though.
Wait, yeah, I'm sure they. No. No, I'm saying, like as we are discussing, a lot of people are going in for that nowadays, simply because they want to be free. Like they don't want to be
Doesn't mean
committed.
you going for that. We
No, I'm not going in for that. I'm just going according to the topic we are discussing.
Okay.
So yeah, they want to be free. They don't want to be like, any responsibility attached to them. So basically, that's the main reason why people go in for that, just to be free. Let's enjoy ourselves.
How long though? Until when?
They,
Maybe youthful exuberance.
So
yeah.
you guys are young, so you guys know exactly what it is. But some people are saying sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years.
Hey,
two
which
years,
people
say.
are?
Catch feelings, no matter what, one will catch
Then that was setting the jealousy and
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then definitely it's not going to be a casual dating again.
Again.
So you move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't last. It's not supposed to last long. Somebody wants to say
just for
something.
the
Okay.
Okay, so with the jealousy part, we go into agreement that no matter what, we don't have feelings for ourselves, right? So we are human beings, as Nadole said. But when the feelings come that way, you have to keep mute.
Feelings.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, you keep it mute because we went to an agreement
Can
before
you
we.
suppress feelings?
You can, no matter what, you have to do it.
Wow.
Because it's not going to. Okay, I'll not say it's not going to, because maybe there will be a percentage it might mature and then
So
you
when
guys
it
can marry.
matures, well, you guys sit down and now talk about it and say we are.
That one I can't say it
graduating.
because it can differ.
Okay.
I might agree that, okay, then let's move our relationship into a serious matter. Someone also say that, no. I just went into an agreement with you, so if the feelings are coming, please keep quiet.
That's true.
There are some ladies, they stick to such relationships because of sex. They feel, oh, this guy is really good in bed, so why not? Let me just hang around. Whether he decides to commit or not, as long as he's good with sex, I'm okay with that.
Anyway, I wish we had all the time because this topic is like, I need a pastor in the building. I need a pastor in the building. I think the young generation, especially in the building. Give us a prayer before we end the show.
Oh, yeah,
Let me take a quick break because this generation, we need prayers. We'll be right back. You stay with us.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the Sixth Sense on Joy Prime, and today has been an interesting topic. And I mean, we've had lots of fun. I have learned. I hope that you also have learned. And please call a friend to join us, and let's do this together. And want to say thank you to the kindness of Onga. What do you have to say about Onga?
I would want to say a big thank you to Onga. Good food, actually, like I said, bring good memories. If you eat good forever, you remember. That is why taste matters, and Onga is a taste master. As taste masters, we give every meal the superior taste. Our wide range of Onga flavors assures you of the superior and irresistible aroma. Why don't you get your Onga powders, the 2-3 mix, which is a combination of ginger, onions, and garlic, and our classic and chicken. Oh yes. And the Onga tablets, let me talk about it. We have the shrimp, we have the stew, we have the beef, and why are you smiling? And the chicken as well. Maybe I mentioned what you love that much. We have flavors for every meal. This is just what you need for an Ongalicious meal. And by the way, Ongalicious is the new delicious. Onga!
Mama's helping
You were sitting on the time bomb. You just couldn't.
Rosie
This
has
girl
brought
is
it.
too naughty. I'm excited.
Rosie has brought it too.
She was bubbling on her laptop.
Yes. Did you?
So what is your problem?
All of us scream.
With the mom is helping us. Okay, so let's continue. Our next topic, we are looking at till death do us part, whether it's a reality or facade. We've all been to weddings. Yeah, I'm sure. And you've seen the exchange of vows moments that most of us love to listen to. And lately, the couple have ways of saying them. The last time I witnessed a wedding, the pastor said, for richer, for poorer. Then the lady said, for richer, for richer.
Oh, some of the churches have changed it. It's now for richer, for richer.
For richer, for richer.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
For richer, that's what it means. No poverty. I mean, for richer, for richer.
But for me, I understood it this way. Maybe you call me the old system girl. Yeah. Like, if there is money, I'm going to be with you. There is no money, I'm going to be with you. But if you tell me that for richer, I think that, okay, when things are going bad, you're going to go.
That's a new law.
All right. So whether
I disagree with that law. Anyway, that's
not a law. I use the word law doesn't mean law.
No, but I think it's wrong.
So we want
richer, for poorer. So in any circumstance,
okay, so
it's
need to stick
together.
That's what it means.
For richer, for richer.
Because it's not realistic that everything will be rosy.
That's what it
rosy.
means.
Yes.
For richer, for
anyway,
richer.
so you're making the point.
Yes. So in life, you can't have it all. You know, definitely you have those features, and it's related to marriages, and that is why they said for richer, for poorer. So if you go and stand there, they say for richer is your own problem. But the till death do us part aspect, we are asking whether it's a reality or a facade. Why are you smiling?
Ask the married people.
I'm starting from Rosalie.
Till death do us part. Is it a facade?
You said that, right?
Is it the reality?
Did you say that
It's
on
a
your
facade.
wedding day?
Or
Yes.
right now, people do not wait until death parts them.
It's a facade.
Why?
If I'm in a relationship or I'm married to you, and I am your punching bag, I'm sorry, it's not till death do us part. I will not stay. I don't care if I set those vows in heaven. Death ain't gonna do us part. I'm gone.
Okay, so you
So
want
it's
to
a
be gone before death becomes you.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
No, you are not killing me.
Right.
So death will not do us part on that path. If it's to do with, regular problems, misunderstandings here and there, it's fine. If it's to do with emotional abuse, this is another thing that we don't even talk about. This takes people to the mental homes. You know, the cancers and all of those things, some of them is out of depression, high blood pressure. You're going through emotional abuse and you're telling the person, till death do us part. Till death ain't gonna do you part. You better pack your bags and leave.
Preach.
Marriage is not about you going and crying and dying.
That's the extreme. That's the extreme.
That's what I mean.
What about
so if it's good,
the situation,
I'm staying in there.
No, I'm talking about
If it's good.
I'm talking
and it ought
about
to be good.
I'm talking about prevailing circumstances.
Like
you know, a lot of marriages break down because of finances.
Yeah.
Finances.
No, I mean with finances, listen, that's why I said that by the grace of God, currently we have both parties being financially sound. So if you're going into marriage, don't look at finances. Me, that's the thing.
But there are some who are coming in with an agenda.
Listen, I ought to make my money. You ought to make your money. It doesn't mean you should be poor. If you're coming in poor, I'm sorry, I'm not marrying you, because you ought to be able to pay the school fees. But in times of difficulty, I should be able to support. So that will not be the main focus. The only reason why I might leave my husband, which is not my husband, I mean somebody else's husband, talking about that, yes, because somebody else thinks anything else, is if the man is lazy. There are some men who are lazy. They won't go to work. You go work, you sweat, you come back and they'll chop your money. There's a problem with it. That a point will come where you can't take it again and you have to walk out. I don't blame such women for walking out. So with
what
that,
if let's see the scenario. So two people who have decided
good
that they
will
want
marry.
to marry each other because they complement each other.
Good.
They are both financially sound. They get into the marriage. Year one, great. Year two, the guy loses his job. Are you going to leave the guy because he's lost his job? He's no longer financially sound, and the burden is on you.
No.
Even though he didn't lose his job, I mean, it's not his fault he lost his job, but he's lost it anyway. It's putting a lot of strain on your relationship. Are you going to stick it through together for better, for worse?
Of course. I mean, he lost his job second year. He's trying to get a job. That doesn't mean it's the end of the time. Like I said, yeah, some people who are lazy. Unless maybe probably 5 years down the marriage, he's not even helping you. He's been abusive. But you see, there are people who have even lost their jobs as men. But they're very supportive in their homes. Helping with taking care of the home, helping with taking care of the children, that's different. So some way, somehow, they also complement, they support. They might not be the ones bringing in the cash, but they are the ones holding fort in the home. So we have to also call that balance here. When it comes to me, what till death doing us not part, or whatever it is that word is, the only reason why I'm staying is because it's good. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Does it mean if it's not good, you'll be walking away?
Honey, if it's not good, it's you beating me.
Good is subjective, so tell us what is good.
What is not good?
What is good?
Let me go into what is not good.
Then you come to what is good.
What is good? Very good. What is not good is you treating me bad in the sense that you are beating me. You are emotionally abusing me. You don't respect me as a wife or the mother of your children. You don't take care of me. It is not good.
That's the man. What about the woman? Flip it for the woman.
As well.
Disrespectful.
Okay, if the woman, as a woman, if you're not respecting the man.
You see, again, I can't speak on behalf of the men, because men also have what they look out for in women. Some men will tell you is respect. Some men will tell you it's not about respect. It's about sex. Some men will tell you it's not even about sex. It's about this. So every man and what they look out for. For me, I am using myself as an example.
Right.
These are the things that are no. I know women who will stay in abusive marriages.
Yes.
They won't leave. I will not stay in there till death do us part if you're abusive.
Nadu.
Oh, she said something. I think I saw a quote on Facebook.
You answer.
And the lady said that
to you.
if he's beating you and sending you on vacations, you can go and cry in Dubai and go and cry in America. Why do you? So rather than walking away, I'd rather we be beating and go and cry in Dubai. Yeah.
Wow. And they buy some
what a
cars, you know, and they still
Yeah.
stay in the marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's important. I think it's important
Did
to
you
have
do counseling?
relevant conversations with your significant other. I mean, people can change, yes, but at least try and get to know
An understanding of who the
person is. Yes,
you
and
ever-
you can only do
can you
that
ever-
from communicating with the person. Yeah, by observing the person, but also communicating with the person that this is what I want. When he says no, I don't want this, then you know that this is a stance on a particular issue, or this is how I expect things to be done. Or well, he will say, well, I don't expect things to be done this way. That conversation has to be had. But I think that people, I don't know, they don't want to step on each other's toes, and so they prefer not
don't
to
want
have
to
the
be called the
conversation.
bad
Let
one.
me, let me
Yes.
tell you what it is. It's more of society has made it like if you don't get married, you are not part of us.
Wow.
It's true.
The pressure of everybody wanting to marry. So I meet Kwabena, I need to marry. So I don't even want to go and tell Kwabena I don't like this, then Kwabena change his mind and not marry me.
It's true.
The first thing is I want Kwabena to marry me first. So they don't talk about it.
Before you
They
bring
don't
all
talk
the
about their
real you.
negatives. They don't talk about what their do's and don'ts. They go in there pleasing Kwabena. You know you don't like washing. Then you go and take a man who will be, you be washing his. You don't like washing. Then you finish getting married, you go and do your nails, and you say, me, I can't wash it. Of course, you were washing when you were dating. Why have you stopped? If you can't do it, don't start. If Kwabena will marry you, he will marry you not because of washing. If he's looking for a washer, you should go and buy, there's go
Washing
to go
machine.
and buy washing machine.
Oh my God.
I mean, if you are looking for somebody to come and be a cook, listen, that's why you work. If the woman doesn't like to cook, don't force her. Hire a cook. If he will marry you, he will marry you. Let him know who you are.
You know,
But
some
everybody
men
wants
are
to
very
marry.
Particular. Some
I
very
know.
Particular. So,
Araba, my point is,
when you were
So,
dating,
so it
you
means
were
the
trying
women
to-
are deceiving the men into the marriage.
of course,
And they go
They
there
go
and
in
they
there and
show
then
who
it's
they
vice
are.
versa.
It's
The
vice
men
versa.
also, the men
Both
also
ways.
deceive the
If
women.
a man wants to marry you, he might not show his true colors. You're beautiful. She wants to marry you, so he might not show that he's a womanizer. Then you go in there before you realize he's a
true.
womanizer.
The men also deceive.
Some of them are abusive. They won't show it when you're dating.
Yeah.
But they marry you and then they start
But
being
there are red
abusive.
flags. You definitely should see that when you're dating the person.
Sometimes
do you always see it though?
You can't
Sometimes.
know everything.
You know,
You
when
can't
you are
know
dating,
everything.
You are dating the person's representative. He puts up a good front. He shows you all his good sides. So he will hold back
can't know
his negative
everything.
sides. Yes. Unless of course you're
You
pushed
can't
in a
know
situation-
everything.
Unless you're pushed
you
in a
walk in
situation
there
where
and you see surprises.
I know somebody who is
Yeah.
very
Wow.
selfish. The wife didn't know he was selfish and they got married. After getting married, you can't even touch his water in the fridge.
Whoa! You
He
can't
puts
know
water in the fridge,
everything.
you can't touch it. This is my water. This is my food. This is my this. Yes, but when they were dating, it
can't
was
know
different.
everything.
Wow.
Wow.
You can know everything.
So how do people get around that?
So you know when you meet me
That's
and
a
you are
good question.
selfish, let me know you are selfish.
but
I want
But
you.
Araba
Why
is
should I
saying
let
that
you know?
they'll
If you
put
don't
a
want
good
to marry
front.
you, why should I
They'll
let
put
you
up
know?
a good front just so that
If I want
they're
to
able
marry
to.
you being a selfish man, I can go. I will know how to stay with
Ask
you. If
how
I don't
many
want to marry you, I will not marry you.
why
What
would I
the-
put my worst foot forward when I can put my best foot forward?
I am better off adjusting to your worst foot
You're
than
right,
to
yes.
get in there
You're right.
and it's difficult for
Rosie,
me.
no,
If I can't, I
ask-
can't.
no, the risk of
If you
you
like.
putting your worst foot
So
forward and
this
the person
is where
saying,
the
okay, I don't want
society-
any of this.
This is where the society is, and this is why we get surprised when we get into marriages. Because when we are dating, we don't want to put our worst foot forward. We always want to pretend like we are perfect.
A
But we
lot
are
of people
not.
pretend.
Yes, they pretend because
of
they
people-
feel like
marriage.
you walk away if they show you their real side.
Show them.
And they don't want to show their real
Show
side.
them.
Why should they show their real
If
side?
you
They
like
don't want to
conduct
lose
a
you.
survey to find out how many people walked into their marriages and did not see surprises, lots of them, you get about 85%.
I mean, when I met my husband, I wear makeup always, and
Are you married?
I wear nails, and he didn't like the nails, and I told him, you go stick with that, you will stay. If you leave me because my nails, you can leave. You see, I told him,
Yes.
You were upfront with.
honey,
That's the way
honey,
to go. That's the way
honey,
to go.
my nails are my nails. I'm not compromising, and I'll tell you what I'm not compromising and what I'm compromising. And so I don't come telling you what to change on you as well. I might suggest, but I won't change you because you have your negatives that I'm adapting to it as well. So you see, thing is, let them know. And I think that people are also getting married too young.
Are you sure?
Oh yes, oh yes.
But I think that's what the Bible
Immaturity.
says.
When you
that
are
we should marry
matured,
Immaturity.
the wife of your youth.
Yes.
That's what the Bible recommends.
my
that we
darling,
do.
when you marry when you are matured, it's different too.
Please.
Anyways.
Back in the days, our parents were marrying way younger than
no money
we are now. Hmm?
No money.
Back in the day, they didn't also acquire a lot of knowledge about life and the dynamics that came with it.
But now,
Let's go to our studio audience. It looks like they are quiet. Who wants to talk for us?
They are not married, so
You're married.
oh, you might have heard stories.
Your family, you have someone who is married.
Yes.
At least you've learned a thing or two.
For better, for worse, or till death do us part.
So that do us part.
Is it reality or a facade? What do you think?
Yeah, about the issue about hiring a cook or a yes, or a washing machine. You hire the cook and the cook will start cooking beyond the kitchen.
Hey,
Yeah, like
They are
that's
male
what I've
chefs.
seen.
They are male chefs. There's
Beyond
no,
the
Maybe
kitchen,
the
please
husband
break it down,
will
break
get
it down.
jealous
Let
that
him
my
break
wife
it down.
beyond
will
the
be-
kitchen.
Let him break it
That's-
down.
that's-
Beyond the kitchen.
That's a nice you.
You understand? You understand?
So are you saying that you never have a house help if you should get married?
I don't suggest it. Like
You don't suggest it. Okay. I want you to say. What did you say? What did you say?
Oh no, I said share age, because you are working, means I'm also working. So probably you can't be just
So
in work.
you
I
can't
agree with
marry a
everything
man
you
like
said.
that.
Yeah, so I
You
agree with
understand?
everything.
She
you said.
can't because she'll get into that marriage and she'll be overwhelmed with those rules and regulations. She can't take it. A time will come she wants
Yes.
out.
Right. Yeah, so first of all, you have to know my side. Like as you are saying, like, I agree with everything you said perfectly. So you have to know my side. I don't know how to cook. I don't know this. And you are ready for it. So it's not that we are going to get married. I'm going to get surprised. No, you know before we get married.
Exactly.
Exactly. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also in a way agree to what she's saying. And you know, sometimes when you get married, especially when kids start coming in, you can't do everything. You not even have, assuming you are someone working, the man is working, the woman too is working. Would you have the time to do that washing, have the time to clean the house, take care of the kids? You will be so exhausted. So where you know that you have the money and you can afford a house help, go in for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think that sometimes too, there are some men who feel that it's your role, you need to do it, even though they know, okay, we can come together, get a house help or whoever to also take care of our kids when we are away. But some of them will be like, no, it is your role. Wherever you are, make sure you get back home and cook for me, take care of the kids. And those things are very
So would that be
stressful.
reason why you would walk out of your marriage? Would that be one of the reasons?
no, that shouldn't be a reason. If you can sit and
Because we are
talk
looking
about
at till
it.
death do us part. What will make you actually?
No, it shouldn't be a
shouldn't.
reason. But if it happens that
It can get
it's
there.
leading to, then you sit and talk
can get
about
there.
it. Yes.
I think I've had a similar situation like that. I was going out with one guy. Oh, not married. I was dating one guy, and then he was that prim and proper people. You couldn't even sit on his bed and eat. I was do this, put this, here,
Oh,
put
he has
this, there, like
PC.
all those things. Like, so he was
Was there a
like,
fancy man?
Araba.
Fancies are like that, right?
Yeah, but he's a guy. He's actually a girl man.
Whoa!
Yeah, he's
So
a
he
girl
has
man. You
girl man.
can't sit on his bed and
You're
eat.
shocked.
Not at all.
Yeah, me too, I'm shocked.
Come on.
You can't even drink in his hall. You can't do that. And you know, he was like,
It's a disorder, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he was like,
wow.
oh, he wants to come and see my parents. He wants to come and do my knocking. Initially, I was excited. I was like, so I'm also going to get married. But I told him, I was like, hey, this guy, you kill me. Oh, my children will not even come to me. No. So I told him that I want to think about it again. So he felt it that I didn't want it. So later on, I told him I didn't want it. I can't do it. Like and he asked me the reason why. And I told him that even when we are dating, that is supposed to be interesting. I can't sit on your bed and eat. So what can I do?
Yeah.
Like, I was so scared of that. I couldn't.
Yeah. And if you don't take care with something like that, you get into the marriage and then
She's brave.
death will
She's
not
brave
do
to have
that.
ended it.
That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to sit on the bed and eat.
Okay, so
Come there.
I learned something today.
Right.
That is about the love. I always learned that you have to love someone you want to be with. But I just learned today that it's not about love. Yeah, Rosalind said it's not about love.
It says about love, but love is not
Most-
enough.
Yes, love is not
It's
enough
not
to
enough.
keep
It's not
marriage
enough.
going.
Yes,
It's not
right?
enough.
It is
Because-
It's more than that.
What I thought or what I knew was that for you to be able to stay with someone in this marriage for a very long time, you have to first start a friendship with the person. Be in this friendship, know each other's likes and dislikes. Be in this friendship, let's say for instance, let's say 3 to 5 years. Know the person very well to say maybe I want to stay with this person. I think when you're able to do that, no matter what you go through in the marriage, you never leave. And second, they were talking about house help. I wouldn't advise for you to go for it because this is a generation that we are coming out that men are even trying to do household chores.
Yeah.
So if you're able to divide it, if the wife is going to work, husband, no matter what,
Not
blah
always
blah blah.
realistic.
Have you
Not
stayed
all
in
men are
traffic?
like that.
Have you stayed in traffic?
Oh no, but if you are dividing the work, if you are dividing it, maybe I'm to do chores today. Oh no, that's my idea.
It can't happen that way. It can't happen that way.
Because
It can't happen that you are divided.
back was the day where females were always giving
How old
that.
are you again?
No. But to be fair,
He's a
to be
child,
fair,
he's
there
a
are some
child.
men. To be fair, there are some men who help with household chores, but they're in the minority.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
thing.
you're
I think
That's
it's
and
like
you
about
see,
only 10%.
The thing
Maybe
is that,
or maybe less.
Or maybe less,
but
yes.
most of them, because of our situation now, looking at the traffic situation, looking at our work, by the time you go into work and you come back, you are so tired.
okay.
They want to do it. It's not that they don't want to do it all, but you want to do it. The children now come in.
Yes.
The workload becomes more. You have to, your work starts at 8, but maybe because you are living at Oyarifa, you have to set off around 5:30 to beat traffic. You get into work, you are done. Stay in traffic for another 2 hours. Get home. When are you going to split the chores?
Oh, when you get home,
You get home
But
like
people are
what,
making
you're
it
closing
work.
at 5, you are getting home at 8. You are going home at 8.
So what are you suggesting, that the woman takes up the whole?
No, what I'm saying is that if you can afford a house help,
Right.
go for it. My opinion. The gentlemen are
Get ready for
disagreeing.
anything.
Maybe you are disagreeing because what, you feel they'll come and warm your beds. Somehow.
But if
You
you
can't
go, you
control
have to be- you
yourself.
have to be-
You cannot control yourself.
I think we are human beings.
Yes.
Be a responsibility. If you are all free, maybe weekend you are there, you can help. Fine, but it shouldn't be a responsibility. Go for someone to help. Don't make it a responsibility.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you. And we have to come back and, of course, round up our conversation quickly. We've spoken about 2 great topics. So we'll take the final take of our beautiful ladies. I'll start off with you, Araba.
Okay, so I'll touch on till death do us part. I mean, marriage is a beautiful thing when it works out beautifully. I've seen good examples of marriages. I've seen bad
Mine.
yes, including yours. And I've seen bad examples of marriages, or marriages that have fallen apart. And the difference between the two that I saw was that the marriage that worked, the people were willing to put in the work. It's not as if they didn't face challenges. They could have also walked away, but they decided, you know what, we like each other that much to want to make it work, because we know that we are both not perfect. So, in as much as there's so many challenges, and it's easy to walk away and not stick to till death do us part, I think that people should make more of an effort to try and make their marriages work. Of course, when it comes to abuse, there's no 2 ways about it. Walk away from it. Don't let death what
Do you part?
do you part. Yes, exactly.
Don't let death do you part. Nedolenu, MD.
Okay. I am married. We have some little experience. At least 11 years. It's
Oh.
it's,
Wow. MD.
I won't say Sabodente. I won't say it's been all, rosy. If I say that, I'm lying to you. We've had our ups and downs, but you would have to ask, why are you still there? sometimes you can try. If it still doesn't work, then you can confidently say that death will definitely do you part, and then you walk away. If you try severally, you speak to people to talk about whatever issue that you are battling with and it doesn't work. First of all, I would ask that let there be separation. If you separate and you come back and your partner has not learned his or her lesson, then you can say that death do us part. But before I go, I would want us to look at what love actually talks about biblically, so that before you walk out, you think of those things. It says that love is patient. It's something that we all know. It's patient. Now, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. That's what Rosalind said. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres.
Awesome! Hey!
Come for prayers.
Okay. Selassie Brown.
Okay, so I think that, like people will say, love is not a walk in the park, or it's not all sunshines and picnics. So there's going to be times that you really have to work your way out or work your way through. But I think it's important that you have to choose somebody who is choosing you, and be with someone who prioritizes you, who is not just hearing you out, but is listening to you. It's really important. Somebody who is listening to you and not hearing you out. And somebody who is very spiritual. Christ is the center of his life or her life. It's, you cannot do without God. And a lot of relationships are holding on by a thread because God is not centered in that relationship. So it's important that you have God at the center of the relationship.
All right. Oh, that's nice. Make sure you have God at the center. Now you have a new song out.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So I have a new song, Nothing is Impossible. So this song is my heartbeat. So let me tell you about my life. So I was looking for something. I was praying that God blesses me with something.
The husband?
Yes, so that's Obamba Enche.
Amen.
And I had prayed about it. I have asked God about it, and it felt like it was not going to come. And so I just said, let me go to my place of prayer. So I was on my altar. In fact, I'm going to share the link. So. So you see, I was there, and God opened me up to Luke chapter 1, verse 37, when he asked that, is there anything that I cannot do? And I got stuck in my ways, and I knew how selfish I was about the things I needed God to do for me. And by extension, I believe that this song will bless anybody who comes into contact with this song. Let you go out there knowing that God is concerned about your life, what you're going through, and there is absolutely nothing impossible for your God, my God, and our God.
Yes.
We are going to do great things because nothing is impossible.
So sing for us.
Yes, sing a little bit of it.
Sing a little bit of it.
So let me do a tree song.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Mommy, dang it, Nara. Enti, Betty, why,